Hey there, tech fans. Today I'd like to show you the brand new Grecell PowerMax 600 portable power station. This portable power solution provides plenty of power to charge and operate all of your thirsty portable devices whenever you're away from home. You can take it along on your next camping trip or a long road trip, or if you're an RVer, just put it in the back of the RV and you've got plenty of energy to operate all of your devices again when you're on the road. Now, before I get too deep in all the technical specifications that this product provides, I always like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And boy, have they included everything. And then I'll talk about the technical specifications so you can compare it to other portable power stations on the market. But the most important thing is I want to discuss some of the technology inside of this portable power station that really separates it from a lot of other solutions on the market. But anyway, let's get started with the unboxing first. So when you first pop open the box, you'll find the PowerMax 600. It weighs about 7.8 pounds, and it's got plenty of internal energy, which I'll discuss in a minute. It really, in a lot of ways, is the perfect mix of power, portability, and pricing to give you everything you need in a portable power solution. Also included with the kit is a carry bag. Now you might be thinking, why is there a carry bag in the box? You can't fit the power station in it, but you can fit all the connection cables in it, which keeps them organized and handy whenever you want to use the product. You'll find an AC charging kit included. You can plug this into any standard wall outlet and plug the other end of it directly into the unit. Now that's a big difference between this unit and other portable power stations on the market, and I'll discuss that in a minute. You'll also find a DC charging kit. You can use this in your car. It'll plug into your cigarette lighter adapter, XT60 on the other end, which plugs directly into the unit. And you can charge it at home, you can charge it in your car, and you can also charge it from a solar panel. Included is a connection, an MC4 to an XT60. This end connects to pretty much any standard solar panel. This end plugs into the DC connection on the back, and they've even gone a little extra and included a splitter for the XT60, which means you can plug this into this cable and you can actually use two solar panels at the same time to provide even quicker charging. And then finally, a full instruction manual is also included that lists all the specifications about the product. It explains how to use it, how to take care of it, what you can charge and operate from it, how you charge and operate the unit. So always read through that manual to make sure that you get the best value out of the product. All right, so let's talk about the PowerMax 600. So internally, it has 460 watt hours of energy that can produce 600 watts of external charging and operating capabilities that can surge to 1200 watts. And the reason that's important is because a lot of times you're plugging something into the electrical outlets on the side that may draw a little bit more current when it first turns on. For example, if you've got a power drill and you're drilling through a piece of wood, it's going to draw a lot more current when that motor first spins up, and then it's going to settle down. So having that surge protection means you can handle that. If you plug a refrigerator in, every now and then the compressor is going to come on. So having that surge protection is really important. It has a ton of connections on the front, and I'll go through those in a minute, that allow you to use the energy inside the unit, again, to charge and operate other devices. All right, so let's talk about the three things that you should really consider whenever you're looking for a portable power station like this. How do you charge it? What are you charging, meaning what kind of battery chemistry is inside the unit? And then once you've charged up that battery, how can you use that power to charge and operate external devices? So let's start with the charging cycles. I'd mentioned before that the AC kit plugs directly into the unit. And the reason that's a big deal is because the current in your home is AC, or alternating current. This needs DC, or direct current, to charge the batteries. So how do you convert the AC to DC? Well, a lot of power stations on the market have an external brick that does that conversion for you. So it's this big brick that sits outside the power station, and you'll plug that into the power station, plug it into the wall, and that brick, that converter, changes the AC to DC. The problem is those are not that efficient, so you're wasting a lot of energy in that conversion process with the external brick, and it takes a lot longer to charge the power station. What Grecell has done, they've built that reverse inverter, for lack of a better term, into the unit. So you can plug this directly into an AC outlet. It does the conversion from AC to DC internally, which gives them a lot more control over the efficiency of that conversion, and it also eliminates the need for that external brick. Now you can fully charge this unit in about an hour and a half by plugging it into the wall. They also include a DC charging kit, and this is really handy if you're on a road trip. You can plug this into your car, plug it into the unit, and you can actually charge the unit while you're driving to your next location. And the best part is, whether you're using AC, DC, or solar, you can actually use the output at the same time you're charging it. So whatever you're using to charge the batteries internally, that power can also be delivered to external devices. Now in your car, I wouldn't suggest just plugging it in if you're camping and leaving it plugged in, because it's going to draw a lot of energy out of your car battery, and you don't want to show up at the car, turn the key, and just hear where it won't start. So only charge it when you're driving, or if you're going to charge it with the car stopped, only do it for a short period of time. Then the third way you can charge it is with a solar panel or a set of solar panels, and that's my favorite way to charge a portable power station, because it allows me to set up a couple of solar panels, drink in that beautiful sunlight, which is converted to electricity, and charges the power station for free. It couldn't be any easier. And they've included the connections you'll need for a standard solar panel, the MC4, to an XT60, which plugs into the unit, as well as a Y connector that allows you to connect 2 solar panels at the same time. Now, charging it in your car, charging it off a solar panel, about 2.5 hours. And of course, it depends on the level of charge when you start, how much sun you've got, a lot of different factors, but it is really a quick charge. All right, so that covers the charging section of it. Now the battery, and this is really important. A lot of portable power stations on the market are still based on a battery chemistry called lithium polymer, which is LiPo technology. That's the old type of technology. And the problem with LiPo technology is that, number one, it doesn't handle extreme temperatures very well. So if it's hot or cold, it doesn't perform real well, and you shouldn't be charging it when it's really hot. So if you're using solar panels with a LiPo power station, it's going to be hot. It doesn't take the charge real well. Another problem with LiPo technology is it doesn't hold on to a charge for very long. It decays over time. So if you charge it on a Monday, you don't go on the camping trip till Saturday, it may be down to 80%. So you've got to recharge it before you leave for the camping trip. But the bigger difference between LiPo technology and what's in here is the number of charge cycles. Lithium polymer technology is really limited to about 300 to 500 charge cycles, which means you're not going to be able to use the other power stations that long, because you'll run through those charge cycles pretty quickly. This technology inside here is based on lithium iron phosphate, which is the very latest battery technology on the market, and that solves all the problems of LiPo technology. It takes a charge in hot and cold weather. It holds on to the charge for a very long time. So charge it on a Monday, you show up on Saturday to go on your camping trip, you got 100% charge on it. But the big difference is this provides up to 3,000 recharge cycles. And if you do the math on that, if you charged it once a day, that's 10 years of use. And that's the most important part of the power station, is how do I hang on to the power? So lithium iron phosphate battery technology, it's also safer. The LiPo technology can get a little bit queasy under certain conditions. With the lithium iron phosphate, it's going to be totally safe for you. On top of that, Grecell has built in a battery management system that monitors the cells inside the unit, makes sure that the charge is being distributed across all the cells equally. It also protects against things like short circuit, over temperature, low temperatures, all the things that could damage the battery internally and cause issues, but more importantly, it protects those cells because, again, it's the heart of the system. All right, the third part you've got to be concerned about is you've charged it, the battery's holding the charge, and you're heading out on your camping trip. How do you use the power from the battery? There are basically 3 ways that you'll deliver power from a power station to external devices. AC power, like in your home, just like a wall outlet. DC power, like in your car. And then finally, USB. And I'll talk about all 3 of these because this unit has all 3 to give. We'll start with the AC. In the side of the unit, you'll find 4 AC outlets. 2 of those are 3-prong, 2 of those are 2-prong. You can use all 4 of those at the same time. And that'll deliver the same type of power that you'll find in your home. Now, the difference with the Grecell PowerMax 600 and some other power stations is that this unit delivers pure sine wave output. And what that means is you're getting exactly the type of output wave you'll get in your home. A lot of other portable power stations will cut corners and they'll deliver a modified sine wave, which for things like power supplies and things like that you're charging, not a big deal. But if you're trying to charge a laptop or using sensitive electronics, that modified sine wave is not a good idea. With this one, pure sine wave, just like in your home. And that'll deliver up to 600 watts of steady state power. That again can surge up to 1200 watts. So you're fully covered from the AC portion of it. The DC portion, you've got 2 options here. There's a full-size DC port, just like in your car. That'll deliver 12 volts at up to 10 amps of power. That's a lot of power. That's the same you've got in your car. So anything you're plugging into your car, you can plug into that unit and you can use it. So if you've got a car charger, plug it in there and charge something off of that if you'd like. You also have 2 DC barrel connections on the front. Now, you might be wondering, what's with the barrel connections? Where can I use those? Well, there are cables on the market that'll convert those barrel ports into other types of ports. For example, you can find a cable that'll convert these 2 ports right here into another car port. So you could pick up 2 of those cables, plug them in, and you'll have 3 DC connections just like in your car. So a lot of flexibility there. There's also custom cables that plug into those barrel connections that you can directly charge things like a laptop or some other portable devices like game consoles from. So a lot of flexibility built into the DC portion of this. And then finally, the USB portion, which is the most common way of charging portable devices, is really divided into 2 camps. The older style of USB, which is USB-A, that's the larger connection we've been using since the beginning of time with charging, and the newer connection, USB-C, which is the smaller connection, and you'll find that on most modern pieces of technology. For example, cell phones, newer cell phones, tablets, game consoles, drone batteries typically use USB-C. Both of those are really good ways to charge your external devices. And on this unit, over here, you've got 2 full-sized USB-A ports. You can plug anything into those ports you normally plug into a wall charger at home. And you've got 2 USB-C ports above it. So you've got both flavors, if you will, of connection covered. The difference, though, is the USB-A can provide up to 18 watts of output power. The USB-C, both ports, can provide 100 watts of charging. And the reason that's important is because a lot of other portable power stations really limit the amount of power that comes out of the USB-C port to maybe 30 watts or 50 watts. Having 100 watts and 2 ports that can deliver 100 watts means you can charge big things like a laptop or drone batteries or game consoles or really big tablets. So you've got plenty of power there to handle some of the bigger electronics that you may be taking on your next road trip. And the best part is you can use all 3 of those outputs at the same time, which is pretty incredible. The unit itself, again, I feel like is right in that Goldilocks zone where it's small enough to take everywhere. It's got plenty of power to keep things charged and operating for 3 or 4 days on a camping trip, even longer if you're not bringing a lot of electronics, and it's priced right. So all in all, there are a lot of portable power stations on the market that deliver similar features. Maybe a few things are missing. With this one, I can't think of a single feature that I need in a portable power station that this one doesn't deliver for the average user. So if you're heading out this summer on a camping trip with the family, or you've got, a long road trip coming out, or you're just looking for a power source to handle the next power failure at home, this is a great option because it'll cover most of the stuff you want to plug in, and it'll keep it running for a couple of days minimum with no hassle. So hopefully you found this review helpful. I've been using this for a couple of weeks. I've been testing it out. I had it out on the road, charging my drone batteries a couple of days ago, and it just works. So I think it's a pretty cool unit. Anyway, that's it for today. Hopefully you found this quick review helpful. I've enjoyed talking about it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.